Another jump used in agility is the broad jump. The broad jump consists of 5 at the maximum height, which would be your 26-inch jumping dog, 5 boards that ascend, that each have a numerical amount attached to them. Plus, it has these 4 marker poles so that the dog understands which way they are supposed to take the broad jump, meaning they're taking it from the front to the back. This is an ascending broad jump, so each one of the boards significantly gets higher and higher. With this jump, it can be a little bit daunting at first, but I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is to set this one up. We will have a marker on the side so that you can put the actual pieces of this together like a puzzle, and it's clearly marked on the side of the jump. So this is the maximum size for the broad jump, and we'll go through how we do it for each jump height. So starting with the 8-inch jump height, if we look over at our broad jump, we can see that there is 2 boards, and one is A and one is B. For the 8-inch jump height, we use the 2 boards A and B. As you see, you have a marker here which marks the 16 inches. That is how long the A and B need to be apart. So having a marker on the ground, you will see exactly how wide it has to be in order for an 8-inch jump height. So let's go ahead and set that up. So I'm going to take out the back poles for our 8-inch, and they can just go to the side because you will need them as the jump heights increase. So we have our 8-inch height. I have A and B clearly marked. I place them together. I look at my marker on the ground, and it in fact says 16 inches. So I'm going to place them right to the point of where the 16 inch is. And that's the width between the 2 of them. Then I'm going to place my marker poles in a position. And now we have our 8-inch height, which is just 2 boards. As the heights increase, so do the boards or the distance between the boards. So next up, we're going to go to our 12-inch height. And when we go to 12, we actually add a 3rd, which will now be labeled C. So it goes A, B, C. I'm going to place this down. Again, it always goes upright. Now we have A, B, C. And in this case, we want this to be, with our marker pole, we're going to see it going up to 24 inches will be our distance between. So yes, I can clearly see my marker says 24 inches. So I know this is the correct distance for my 12-inch dog. And we set up our marker poles. There you have it. We have our 12-inch dog. Now, interestingly enough, we also use 3 poles for our 16-inch dog. So once again, we're going to have A, B, C, but the distance becomes a little bit greater in between. So now we're going to go to 32 inches. So I'm going to bring my jumps a little bit further apart. They're still evenly spaced, but now we have 32 inches because we're doubling the height of the dog. Obviously, 16 and 16 is 32. Now we have the distance for our 32 or our 16-inch dog clearly set on the marker poles, and once again, or on the marker here. And once again, we place the marker poles in the appropriate spots. Now we're going to move on to our 20-inch height. And the 20-inch height, we add another board, which will be clearly marked with a D. And here we have our 20-inch height with a D. And obviously, we are going to 24 inches wide, so we're going to place them evenly. So we have 24 inches. We are, and I look at my marker pole, yep, 24 inches, and once again I place my inside marker poles into that particular height. Then we have our 22-inch height, which is for UKI only. So 22 inch, 22 and 22 is 44. We're placing our jumps at 44, which is allowing a little bit more space between all of the planks. For our 44, again, this is UKI only. That will be our 22-inch height. And there we have 22-inch broad. And then finally we go to the last jump height, which carries all the boards at a distance of 48 inches, which is our 26-inch height. So once again, now we have the last board being placed in. So we have A, B, C, and D. Last board is being placed. And this is 48 inches wide. We just check it to confirm on my pole here. And yes, I'm checking it. Perfect. 48 inches. That is our final jump height. And that's the Here we have the wall jump. This is another jump you may be required to do as part of the recrew duties. The wall jump is a little bit tricky because it does not maintain sort of a lot of stability, so you have to be careful when you're setting it up. In this particular case, you will always have these blue toppers. So in this case, the blue toppers, or these tiny little ones, will always be on every jump height. This is the setup for a 4-inch jump, which is 2 inches is the yellow, and 2 inches always will be your blue. So remember, 2 inches is always added when you put the blues. I will show you all the different heights, and then what we will get to is I will show you a legion of exactly which heights and what numbers correspond with the appropriate jump height. So we'll get started on the wall jump. This is the 4-inch jump, and that would be the number 1 height, and then we'll go on and I'll set up the 8-inch jump. So here's our 8-inch height. We have a 4 at the bottom. We have, again, the 2, and the 2 is equivalent to the 8-inch jump height. So that is the 4-inch yellow, the 2-inch yellow, and of course the top blue blocks. Okay, here is your 12-inch jump height. So we have our larger block, which is, of course, our 8-inch block. And then we're adding, once again, the 2 and the 2. So we have 2, 4, 8-inch block, and that is the equivalent to the 12-inch jump height. All right, here we have our 16-inch. We have the 10-inch yellow block. We have the 4-inch yellow block, and then, of course, we have, once again, the topper, which is the 2-inch blue blocks. There's our 16-inch. All right, that's moving us up to our 20-inch. So in the 20-inch, we obviously have, once again, the 10-inch. We have the 8-inch, and we also have the blue box. All right, moving on up, we now have our 20-inch. The bottom would be your 10-inch, and then above that is your 8-inch, and once again, we have the blue box finishing it off, and that gives us our 20-inch jump height. Here, some organizations will have a 22-inch jump height, so this is how the 22-inch configuration for the wall jump is. We once again have our 10, we have our 8, then we're adding another 2, so the 2-inch block, the yellow block, and then our four blue blocks on the top for the 2 inches, which gives us our 22-inch. Okay, here is the 24. This is the highest jump height that we will be seeing with these, the wall jump. So now we have our 10-inch, we have our 8-inch, now we have our 4-inch, and we have our blue blocks, which gives us our 24-inch.